Poetry is everywhere, ho. Walk outside, look at these pretty trees. It's fall. Inspiration. And would you look at that? A little free library. You see one of these, you cherish them. Let's see what they got in here. Wow. Goated. Chicken noodle soup for the teenage soul. Wow. Ariel, the distance from me to you. Wow. I want to come back and add some books here. Me as a writer, I write poetry and fiction, but something that I just wanted to give advice on um, is writer's block. First thing you have to realize with writer's block is you have to understand and learn what's blocking you. Every day it might be something different, or you could be a creature habit and it's the same thing. Like sometimes you're just too tired to write. Everybody's living their lives, working, doing different things. So it's real to be tired. And I also think the process of being a writer is very exhausting, you know, because we're creatives and people don't pay for art the way they should, honestly. And I think if you can address, like, okay, how am I feeling today? Am I just too exhausted to write? And that's what's blocking me. Like with me, I suffer from depression. And so a lot of times to get through writer's block, I'll go to the gym and get on the treadmill and do cardio because physical exercise helps me so much mentally. And then there's like the traditional writer's block where you're sitting at your computer screen and you're just like, why God is this happening? Why can't I think of anything to write? Um, or how come I can't finish this sentence? Or does this poem suck? And then for me, something that I learned, which was from the great Margaret Atwood, she said something so interesting. She was like, if you're experiencing writer's block, it's because you're afraid of something. Applause, because the great Margaret Atwood knows what she's talking about. And when she said that, it really registered with me. Like sometimes I'm staring at the screen because I'm afraid of what I'm going to write. Sometimes we have doubts um in our mind because we have a certain standard we're trying to reach, or we're just trying to accurately produce what we're thinking and feeling. Like for me, I've always struggled with verbally expressing myself, but like on the page I can express myself better and say so much more. But I do think that writing is a form, as we know, is a form of communication. And so sometimes when you have your own personal struggles with communication, that can show up on the page. And a key way to get through that is to don't stop writing if this is the problem. Keep writing. Write something stupid. Write something that's not good. Finish the sentence, is what I would say. And then keep going. Like, which I feel like is so annoying to hear, keep going. But I'm telling you, when you write through the fear, that's when I've written some of my favorite lines of poetry, you know? Something else that I wanted to talk about with poetry, and you guys tell me down below how you're feeling. Like and subscribe and share this video with anyone who's a writer, fiction, poetry, nonfiction. Just send it. And also, if you're just a reader who enjoys talking about the craft of writing, and I think specifically with poetry, and this goes for all writing, but I'm talking about poetry because this is a poetry vlog. Learn to submit with the people who tend to produce works like yours. That's something that my professors told me in my undergrad, but I don't think I listened because I just was so excited to submit to the places that I admired, but those places didn't necessarily align with or resonate with the type of poetry that I write. Like, if I'm writing about death, why would I, the death of a loved one, why would I submit that to, I don't know, National Geographic? You know what I'm saying? Like, know your audience. Like, I thought it was as simple as I wrote something really great. At least for me, I felt like I wrote something really great, so let me send it off to a great place. And it's like, maybe you don't need to submit to the New Yorker. Maybe you need to submit to a smaller journal or something else that will fit you. There are so many journals out here that are doing great work. And so, know your audience, study the places you want to submit to, and then submit to them. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really helpful, especially when you're trying to get your work out there. And then also, I think Substack is a great place to just show your work without having to necessarily seek out a place to publish it. There's a lot of power in self publishing because you can find your audience. And, you know, I've what I love about Substack is I made a lot of great connections with other writers, and the writing industry is very lonely, especially when you're fresh out of college. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions about writing, the craft of it, I will say this. I have a bachelor's degree in creative writing from Grand Valley State University. Gang gang. Lakers for a lifetime. And I also I've been published in some places. Not a lot, but I've been able to work with other writers and really cool people who appreciate poetry. Um and then I've also worked as a writing consultant when I was at Grand Valley, and so I have the mindset to help you if you need it. I'm cool with you telling me what you want, what video or content you want me to produce or talk about specifically with writing or beauty and fashion. Let me know because it's all hot girl vibes over here. So let me know. And thank you for your time, my ghouls and goblins. Enjoy the fall. I'll be back.